CKD patients, chronic kidney disease patients, when the GFR is less than 15, stage 5, they need renal replacement therapy, RRT. RRT family having dialysis and transplantations, kidney transplantation. So the dialysis, two modalities, one is hemodialysis and other is the peritoneal dialysis. Today we discuss on the pre-renal transplant workup and post-renal transplant follow-up. Why the kidney transplantation is considered the best treatment option for the patient of CKD or end-stage renal failure. So transplantation provides a superior long-term outcome compared with the dialysis in both quantity and quality of the life. The dialysis patient having a needs of thrice weekly treatment, and there is some complication dialysis related, so the transplantation is a better than outcome, better than the dialysis, but not all patients are suitable for the transplant. Later we discussed. Okay, this is a brief history from the transplant was performed in 1954. The first successful kidney transplant was performed. In 1966, simultaneously, pancreas transplant was performed. In 1967, the first successful liver transplant performed. In 1968, first successful isolated pancreas transplant performed, and successful heart transplant was performed. So the length of donated organ and tissue can be kept outside the body, so the time is very much important. So for the heart, 4 to 6 hours time to keep outside the body, and liver 12 to 24 hours, and kidney 48 to 72 hours. Heart and lungs should be kept outside the body 4 to 6 hours. Here the transplant is not the best option. So there are some clinical reasons, and it's also depend on the patient choice. On the right side there is a chart indicated the current absolute contraindications and historical contraindication, patient having previously contraindication for the transplant, but now can be done. So the clinical reasons: history of the recent cancers, major surgeries, and severe cardiac problem or advanced blood vessel disease. Here is the chart also. The current absolute contraindication shows active sepsis, current uncontrolled malignancies, uncontrolled psychosis, active drug dependency, any medical condition with a severely shortened life expectancy less than 1 to 2 years, and positive T cell CBC cross match, which can lead to the hyperacute rejection, which is contraindicated for the renal transplantation. Historical contraindication: HIV infections, hepatitis B and C infections, obesity, mood disorder, age older than 60 years, outcome was not good, previous history of malignancy, and blood group incompatibility. So also this depend on the patient choice. Decide that transplantation is not for them. Can option to, for that patients can option to stay on the dialysis. transplant workup. So the formula we can apply IVHRCT immunological workup. I indicate the immunological workup, V for the virology workup, H for the hematology, R for the radiology, and C for the cardiovascular disease assessment, and T for the thoracic function and also thoracic malignancies. Here the hematological workup, pre-transplant labs. So these workup we are doing for the recipient. The first step to get on waiting list is having pre-transplant labs drawn. Labs that we draw at your evaluation include ABO blood typing, tissue typing, and serologies. These are the hematological workup. Tissue typing, the human leukocytes antigen, they are said to be a match. That is, their tissue are immunologically compatible with each other. This test looks for 6 histocompatibility antigens. These are 3 major genetically controlled groups: HLA-A, HLA-B, and HLA-DR. In transplantation, that will define the amount of matching between recipient and donor. So although this test and ABO blood typing is necessary for placement on transplant waiting list, its importance has diminished. This is because we now know that even transplant with minimal matching, say only one of 6 antigen, can have excellent outcome. Why? Because we have desensitization protocol can be applied for mismatched patients. So if only one of the 6 antigen can have excellent outcome. Live kidney donation, donor must be fully informed and aware of risk and benefit of the procedures. What could be the complication of the post procedure, during procedure, what could be the complication after the donation of the organ. So the patient, your donor must be aware about this. No risk to be potential donor. The decision to donate must be voluntary. The transplant must have a good chance of providing a good outcome for the recipient. Cross-match as part of the hematology, this test establish compatibility between the particular donor-recipient pair and for the patient with a living donor is performed during the transplant workup. Negative cross-match suggests that donor and recipient are compatible and the transplant can proceed. If the cross-match is positive, pair can participate in the pair donation program. For patient with a deceased dead donor, this test occurs prior to transplant surgery once a donor become available. PRA, panel reactive antibodies, shows patient level of the sensitization to donor antigen. Patient with a high PRA, panel reactive antibodies levels tend to have more chance of the rejection episodes. So it also helps the transplant team choose the appropriate anti-rejection medication to stop the episode of rejections. This is the recipient evaluation for the transplant. Right side there are recipient evaluation checklist and the left standard workup, as I already told, IV, HRCT, uh, hematology, immunology, virology, radiology, and cardiovascular disease assessment, and thoracic function and malignancies. So this is the same uh, here, the full blood profile, tissue typing, virology, less than 3 months, X-ray chest, ultrasound abdomen, cardiac test, stress ECG, and cardiac echocardiography. Coronary angiogram indicated if patient having a history of ischemic heart disease, dental clearance, and similar test for the female patients, and PSA for male more than 45 years. So here the checklist evaluation for the recipient, cause of the renal failure, and risk for the recurrence. So cause indicate the risk of the recurrence. So what is the cause of CKD, and what the chance of the recurrence, what the chance of the graft failure is indicated, depend on the cause of the renal failure. Sensitization, the indication of the desensitization, in which patient history of transfusion, blood transfusions, pregnancy, and previous history of transplant, and the recipient going for the second transplant. Past and current infections like TB, hepatitis, and HIV, immunization, especially hepatitis B, malignancy, cardiovascular risk, history of hypertension, diabetes, and pulmonary gastrointestinal diseases, genitourinary tract diseases, psychiatric and psychological history. Surgical issues, weight, vessels, abdominal, and previous surgery. These are the basically we should know history. And laboratory and radiological investigation, viral serology, HIV, cytomegalovirus, Epstein-Barr virus, and hepatitis B and C virus. Liver function test, bone related issues, increased PTH, calcium, and level of the phosphate. Chest radiograph, electrocardiography, prostate specific antigen PSA for men older than 50 to 60 years, mammography for or breast ultrasound women older than 50 years or with a family history of the breast cancer. Pap smear, immunological investigation, ABO blood group and HLA typing, and screening for HLA antibodies and autoreactive antibodies and cross match. For the cardiac evaluation, electrocardiography, echocardiography, stress test, exercise treadmill, stress echo, a person time thallium, and who patients are not able to exercise treadmill. Cardiac catheterization, patient history of ischemic heart disease, or coronary artery bypass surgery. Pulmonary evaluation of the recipient is advised to stop smoking, chest X-ray to see any abnormality, any malignancy, any fibrotic changes, and any current illness. Pulmonary function test and CT chest. And routine health screening. Female recipient pap smear and mammography if more than 40 years, and male recipient prostate examination and prostate specific antigen PSA if age is more than 50 years. Colonoscopy if more than 50 years. These are all to exclude any kind of the malignancy, and dental checkup. Okay. The living donation program start. Donor identified first, blood group, tissue typing, donor medical surgical assessment, psychological, psychiatric evaluation plus minus, immunological assessment, cross-match, HLA, body screening. Donor evaluation. Donor kidneys can be obtained from both deceased, dead and living donor. So this is the donor evaluation checklist, history and examination. So here this is the portion of history of the donor, any history of hypertension, diabetes, infections, cancer history, vascular disease history, renal stones, gout, urinary tract abnormalities, family history of any kind of renal diseases, medication, NSAIDs and herbs, smoking, illicit and intravenous drug uses, sexual history, vocation, sport interests, level of physical and activity, exercise, psychiatric history, psychological factors, willingness to the donate, and relationship with the recipient. In examination, we should do the blood, check the blood pressure, weight of the patient, height of the patient, and BMI. Joint, skin, and cancer including skin lesions and breast, lymph nodes, examination of the lymph nodes, vascular diseases, vascular examination, heart and lungs, and examination of the abdomen. These are the laboratory living donor evaluation, the investigation checklist. So these are the basic tests. Again, apply the same formula: IV, HRCT, immunological test, viral, hematological, radiological, CT scan, and radiological, cardiac CV disease, cardiovascular diseases, and thoracic or malignancy evaluation. These are same formula apply here. And this is the renal imaging, radiological. Okay. The living donor may be related, unrelated, altruistic, or part of a donor exchange or list exchange program. In many countries with well-established transplant program, half or more of the all transplants are now performed with living donor. Why? This is the superior outcome of the transplantation from living donor compared with that from the deceased donor has supported the development of living donor paired exchange, in which the living donor who are incompatible with their intended recipient are exchanged between recipient. Here the guidelines: KDIGO, Amsterdam, and consensus guideline published by several US, the transplant center. It includes through history and examination, same as we discussed earlier in the checklist, the history of the donor as well recipient, investigation, examinations. Here all are the same. As a blood and urine screening test of the donor to see the hematuria, and proteinuria in blood, any abnormality, chest radiograph, same to see the any malignancy and any active illness, echocardiography for the cardiac evaluation, family history of the renal diseases, cardiac stress test, and radiograph assessment of the kidney and vessels and anatomy of the kidney. So after the transplant, the frequency of the some labs are necessary, like a renal function test, and the some drugs levels should be performed. Some immunosuppressive medication is started before and after the transplant, which may be taken for the long term. So patients should need to for the levels of these drugs. So here is the time mentioned here: 0, 6 weeks, 2 times a week test should be performed, and 6 weeks to 3, 4 months, 1 time a week, 3 and after 4 months to 6, 9 months every other week, 9 to 12 months every 1 to 3 months. Follow up also depends upon the patient's symptoms and complications. Means this should be basically the done, but if patient having a problem in between or any time, so it should be follow up necessary for the evaluation what could be the problems.